Hi you guys, I want to first of all thank you so much to those of you who have newly subscribed to my channel. It means so much to me. I must admit, when people subscribe to my channel, I used to think, oh, it's great that they're probably going to be there the whole time. But life is life. So some people come, some people go, some people subscribe and unsubscribe, excuse me. I think in the past, unsubscribe to people, but I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, thank you for recently subscribing. It means a lot, if I didn't already say that. I don't want to have this belief that everybody knows about the law of attraction, because I think there are still people learning about it. And if everybody knew it, then why are we still talking about it? And the power of the subconscious mind seems to be a very high topic on YouTube at the moment. I just Googled search that the other day, and I was really blown away by that, because I thought everybody knew about the law of attraction and how to use their imagination to create a better reality. But apparently it's still new, and that's good. That's a good thing, because I feel that when people learn something new, it gives them a different perspective of life and gives them the belief that their old beliefs may not always be the right ones. And it's good to have a different idea of what is happening in the world and how you can make it better. So I'm sure there are people out there who've read this book. In fact, I read it a while back, couldn't tell you what the date was, but I read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and you can always look her up. Rhonda, RHONDA BYRNE, Rhonda Byrne. She was impressed and blown away by how many people knew The Secret, but that not everybody knew about it. And the reason it was called The Secret was because there was a generation, or many generations, that didn't want other people to know about it. They thought if people knew what we knew, I guess they'd lose control, or they wouldn't be able to have a better life, or I'm not really sure, but I know that we're taught to be selfish, and yet selfish should be where we're sharing things, where we're letting other people know that this thing is good for me, so if I can have it, you should be able to have it too. So I'm not going to go into detail about how, there are different types of law of attraction, because there's a lot there to talk about. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. One of them is about winning the lottery, and it breaks down all the different steps as to winning the lottery through your mind. But that's going to take a really long time. So I just want to cover the law of attraction as a general topic today. So some people who've heard of it or think they've heard of it get this idea that the law of attraction means that certain people attract certain people. Now, I think there's a misunderstanding behind that. What I'm saying is they think that good-looking people attract good-looking people. Now, their idea was to do with relationships. I'm talking to you about the law of attraction spiritually. People who have high vibrations, high meaning happy, meaning joyful, anything you can think of that makes you feel good basically is a high vibration, will attract more people that also have a high vibration. We're not talking about physicality here. We're talking about people's spiritual inner side, inner being. And then people who are miserable, angry, whatever you can think of being a negative emotion is a low vibration. And yes, when you're having a bad day, things happen to you that you consider bad experiences, because believe it or not, unconsciously you've drawn them to yourself. You may not have wanted to have more bad things happen, but depending on your mood, it kind of carried out. So going back to The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She also did a TV show, which you can probably find on Netflix. And I love listening to audiobooks, but I also love having a visual of it. That's how I learn. I'm very visual, kinesthetic, and auditory is kind of like my last way of learning. I'm not always the best at listening. I try, but I'm better at seeing things and doing things. So I've watched the TV show on Netflix, and it was actually a show that, okay, so I'd watched it a while before I gave birth to Celeste, but I do remember watching it possibly a few minutes before I had to go to hospital and went into labor. So I know that a lot of stuff in my life I have manifested. And in case you don't know what manifesting means, it's about something that you have created from your mind. So you start off thinking about it and then it comes into reality. I knew that I was going to have a baby. I didn't know when she was going to arrive. I know she's a she because she's a she, but at the time I didn't know what gender she was. What I did know though was that I was going to have a baby, and I found out at 6 weeks that I was pregnant with her. And I haven't won a large lottery jackpot yet. I know it's going to happen, but to me, the feeling of winning a large lottery jackpot was kind of the same feeling I had when I found out I was pregnant with her, because for 6 weeks before I knew, I didn't know I was having a baby. I knew my body was doing some strange things that, not just my body, to be honest, my mind was a little bit odd at times. And I want to let you know that if you guys are pregnant, this is nothing to be concerned about. Apparently, a lot of scientists out there have found out when women are pregnant, they have very morbid thoughts, and no one's been able to figure out why. But this doesn't necessarily mean that a pregnant woman is going to kill anybody. It just means that they are going through a very strange time. When you are pregnant for the first time, it's kind of like you die. You are making room for something new in your life. And those of you who have had children may or may not have experienced it the same way somebody else has. Everybody's different, I think. But I certainly had a lot of strange thoughts and feelings before I knew I was pregnant with Celeste. And I wondered what was going on with my mind, because I didn't really have much control over what I was thinking, but I had control over how I responded to what I was thinking. So pregnancy is just one thing. I just want to give it as an example because it's a great example. People manifest things and they expect it to happen in a day. And if you know anything about the universe and the world that we live in, there is no timing that you control. We go to work and we think, okay, we have schedules, we've got to make sure that we're on time for this and we're on time for that. The universe doesn't have any particular timing. When it is right, when it is meant to be, it'll happen. And they do say that manifesting can take up to 6 to 9 months. That is not necessarily. Obviously, with a baby, that's the whole idea. They're supposed to take 9 months until they're born. But other things, you never know how long it's going to take. But as long as you're constantly believing that what you've asked for will come, it will come. And that is the powerful thing about the law of attraction. I'm so sorry, my daughter needs me. So hopefully this has helped you. I'll do another part. Let's just call this part 1 of the law of attraction. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. But it is such a powerful energy to know about, that anything you desire, you can have.